welcome to Gemstone Tarot, Tuesday the 4th of November 2025. I'm wearing a batwing top. I love me a batwing top. These were big in the 80s when I was like sort of teenager, and I had loads of them. And I think then also if you had your batwing, they might put like something on there. I know, like in Miss Selfridge or somewhere like that, Topshop, Miss Selfridge. And then recently I just got this one off Vinted, quite honestly, and I was like, oh, I remember you, batwing top. So let me know in the comments if there was any particular 80s attire that you loved or loathed. I'm going to say there's three things I loathed, well, there were many more probably. Rah-rah skirts, looks so bad on nearly everybody, not Cyndi Lauper, but everybody else really, and Madonna looked good in them, but you know. Rah-rah skirts, shell suits, not even ironically is that a good look now. And I don't know if you had this, but we had like these t-shirts, and God knows who thought this would be a good idea, but these t-shirts where if you sweated it changed the colours of the t-shirts, and it looked like, you know when you used to do dyeing eggs at school for Easter? I know, it was gross, wasn't it? And you thought it was going to look amazing, and it looked like a swirly old load of old brown stuff. And you'd kind of, I think we dyed it, did we dye it with, I can't remember what we dyed it with, something quite natural, wasn't it? It used to look like that, a kind of a tie-dye sweat fest. I know you're sweating, yeah. Just bad diddly ad, really. So those are my three. But the batwing, I'm here for it. That's my yes. Now we are using today, and I forgot, I told you what this was before. Is it the Celtic Tarot? I think it is the Celtic Tarot. It is a Celtic Tarot. Some sort of thing. You know, I haven't got the box. I probably did keep the box somewhere, but I don't know where it is at this very moment. We're not doing reversals. Doesn't feel like it should be a reversal day. Okay, so yesterday we were talking about being basically in the basin of nothingness, where it was really important, kind of, the least you do the better, the less you contribute the better, the least you move you make the better. It was a whole don't sign up, don't go there, you know, yeah, just don't. Today, we start with the Queen of Wands. Weird, because to me that would be the Queen of Swords. You know, because it kind of looks like a spear. Either way, look at those beautiful trees in the background. I do love a winter silhouette of a tree, which I think is what that is. Queen of Wands, standing proud. And that, again, I don't think any of the rest of these cards are saying take action either, even yet. Even yet? Standing proud though, and I think feeling the power as if you are the candle, you know, you are the light, you are the kinetic energy, you're making it burn. It's all about you, but in a very quiet way. Queen of Wands isn't always, and particularly this one actually, isn't always, you know, a diva with a rider that you want only this coloured M&Ms and you're going to bathe in ass's milk. You know, it's not always that. Sometimes the Queen of Wands is just quietly, you know, those people, like those supply teachers you used to get at school, where they would come in and they would just be a very ordinary person, often a woman. And you'd think, oh my God, you know, she's in for it today. And then there'd be something about this person that, like, don't F with me vibe, and people would just get on with it, but you could never put your finger on why, because she never raised her voice, and she never really seemed to have to say that much. Well, that's you. Okay, now you're the supply teacher with the juju of, all is well here, but there's a secret kind of, if you F with me, you'll regret it vibe. Then we get Major Arcana, the Star. That's very, very, very nice. Now, the Star card, it can have a few different meanings. It is Aquarius's card. So think of community, think of the wider perspective, but also think of, if you think of Aquarius and you think of the Queen of Wands, and I also for some reason have the Queen of Swords in my head, this is about what Casey Kasem used to say, keep your feet on the ground while you keep reaching for the stars. Like, keep your feet on the ground and keep reaching for the stars. But I'm going to kind of slightly edit that. While you're reaching for the stars, which I always hope you are, make sure your feet are on the ground and that your sword is sharp. It was obviously too much of a mouthful for Casey to come up with that at the end of America's Top 10, because everyone would be like, wow, what's Casey been at? But, you know, God bless him. Okay, along with Wheel of Fortune, no less. Look at that. A little nod back to fireworks night. Well, it is fireworks night tomorrow, is it? Like I said, our fireworks night where I live is about 6 weeks long. So it's already been like a lot. It's a lot. The Saturday before the 5th of November is huge, but then it just keeps on going. So that's me with the Catherine wheel in the garden. Look at that. Oh yes. What are those people at the bottom? Oh, that's the Mother, the Maiden and the Crone, isn't it? Which is featured in many Wheel of Fortunes. Maybe it's like the Celtic version though. If anybody knows, let me know. And also, why the geese? Or are they swans? I think they're geese. Why the geese? I do a very good impression of a goose, which I won't do yet, but one day I might. So we have the Queen of Wands, but more like the Ice Queen. We have Casey Kasem, keep your feet on the ground while you're reaching for the stars, the star. We have the Wheel of Fortune, because I feel like there is a little whisper on the breeze of a bit of luck or niceness, which is tickety-boo. I don't think you have to do anything to get it. In fact, the less the better. Keep yourself to yourself, but keep your standards high and your powder dry, okay? Channeled message that rhymed. Love it. And then, hang on, I'm going to have to put my readers on. Where are they? I'm going to have to count the cups because it's like weird Roman numerals. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I thought as much. Look at that head as well, like he's rocking the Cher there. A bit like Turn Back Time type era, you know? You know I love Cher. Okay, 6 of Cups, and we know we're in the shadow of Mercury retrograde. And when we get the 6 of Cups, and what does it come with? Oh yeah, the 2 of Swords, which is like a minor arcana version of the Hanged Man. Just remember that we are in this sort of weird, and I'm getting the word feedback loop and I don't know why, but we're in this weird, like if you imagine the infinity symbol on its side like that, and imagine that we're just in the dip bit, we're in the dip. Alongside, and I love that we get this card actually, old friend, 7 of Pentacles. Love me the 7 of Pentacles, because the 7 of Pentacles is saying, if you're a farmer, often, you know, or a, is that like a wood maker, carpenter? A wood maker? A carpenter? A crafts person? I don't know, whatever you want to call it. In other words, you're watching and you're waiting and you're seeing what's happening and you're thinking, let's say if you're a farmer, you know, I planted that X amount of time ago, how's that doing? I planted that Y amount of time ago, how's that doing? I'm just watching, I'm waiting, I'm measuring, I'm recording, I'm getting the feedback from myself, and I'm thinking, I'm tuning the amount of effort, or I'm tuning the direction of my energy, very slowly calibrating myself. No fast moves, okay? Nothing fancy, nothing flash, nothing obvious. This is just us just tuning the energy, tuning our output. I don't do that like anybody ever still has a dial for anything, but you know, I seem to be stuck in the 80s. tuning it like an 80s boombox. There you go. Okay, I think that's it. Leave me a comment and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.